Okay, so we're off the bitumen onto an unsealed road, which again is going to test my skills. Oh, I'm just not used to this whatsoever. Keep off the front brake. So I haven't done much of this yet. I'm a bit of a newbie and a bit of a too low gear. A bit of a nervous Nelly, as you can see, so I think I better just concentrate on riding and forget about trying to come up with witty commentary. Because when I'm sat on my ass, then I won't be worried about the commentary. Whee. Well, I'm not sure, guys, if the GoPro is still rolling or not. I have to say, I'm finding this really quite hard work. The audio is probably bad because I've got the visor up. But hey-ho, But look, it's an experience. I've never done this before, so well, I've had a couple of these corners where they're sort of I've used the term before, bum clenching moments, where you just feel like the bike's going to slide out from underneath you. I'm just glad there's no one behind me watching me bimble along. See, it's like that. You start to go and don't pull it in tighter. I'm pretty sure that's Peter's back wheel track and he'll be just gunning on through it. I actually feel on the sort of straights and the bigger bends like I am getting a bit more confidence, and I'm just trying to, that's it, just trying to keep the, you know, power on a bit. But yeah, it's a baptism of fire, I guess. I can definitely feel the difference using the Enduro Pro setting instead of thanks Peter is waiting for old slow coach. I can definitely feel the difference using Enduro Pro compared to Dynamic. Oh, alright, it's a big, heavy and an expensive bike to be doing this on, so you'll have to excuse me if this is painful to watch. I'll probably edit this down a little bit. Not what I was expecting today, but it's good fun. I'm just trying to sort of watch Peter and try to see which line he takes so I can sort of do the same. But you can see the track he's leaving as he sort of, you know, keeps the power on through it. It is quite shaly. It's not just dirt. If it was just dirt, you know, it would be a lot easier. But where would the fun be? Oh, finally, I think we're back to terra firma. Woof! Oh, give me that bitumen. Oh, bitumen, I love you. Wow! Woof! That was a lot of fun. I didn't realise we were doing that today, and I might have actually sorry, I'll just adjust the mic. I might have actually just chickened out if he'd have mentioned it before. So I don't know whether he did that on purpose, Peter, but that was actually really good fun. But I really need to get myself on an off-road course, and it probably would have been a bit better if I didn't have all this camping gear and clothes and cooking gear and everything on board. Now, dare I say, it feels like I'm riding on rails after that. I guess I should be switching back out of back to Dynamic Pro mode, from Enduro mode. Oh, it feels like I am riding along on the crest of a wave. Sorry, I'm going to cut this bit out, I am waffling. So I believe this is the small town of Erica. Let's hope the pub is open for a little bit of food. We shall see. Not looking too good. That's the let's get back on the brakes.
Well, I'm shut. Takeaway back there.
Well,
that's the damn parking on the side. Quite good.
yeah. I don't mind going back to the store and grabbing a wholesome pie. Better than nothing, mate. So the pub's closed, that's a bummer. Never mind, the store's open I believe, so we'll go and get ourselves a wholesome pie, vegan pie. Alright, Erica, time for a feed. So, okay guys, thanks for staying along with us on the trip. So far, this is pretty much getting towards the end of day one's riding. It's been a fantastic day. The last sort of couple of hours, to be honest, we dropped down onto a freeway just to save some time because we're losing daylight. So I didn't bother recording too much of that. There was a fantastic stretch through a lot of gum trees that was quite a fast stretch. So I actually switched on the 360 camera here. So it'll be very, very interesting to see what that footage is like. The town where we're staying tonight, I think I mentioned it earlier, is called Bruthen. We're a couple of k's away from it now, and there's a small community campsite on an oval, so that's a cricket ground, and a cricket ground doubles as an AFL oval as well. Not really a pitch, but it's the same sort of thing, if you get my meaning. So we'll be camping on the oval or next to the oval. We'll do a few photos of the campsite and our gear set up. But before we even bother going to the campsite, we're gonna go straight to the pub, have a coldie, and then we'll go back to the campsite and get set up. But for now, we're gonna go straight to the pub. Well guys, thanks for staying along with us on the ride. We just had a brief stop at a nice town called Omeo, had a nice coffee and a sandwich, and swapped over the batteries and the SIM card on the or SD card on the GoPro. Actually noticed that the microphone adapter wasn't plugged in. Now I don't know how long it's been like that. If it's been quite a while, then apologies for that. It won't stop me putting up the footage coming out of Bruthen, but we could have a bit of a sound, some music over the top of that rather than me flapping my gums. So if that's the case, if I miss the audio at the start, again, thanks for staying along with us for day 2. It's been fantastic so far. It is a little bit cooler today than yesterday, plus we're climbing up into the mountains, so actually put on another layer. There's no heavy rain as such, but I've put on my waterproof over trousers, and you bikers will know that stops the wind and helps keep you a bit warmer. Oh, nice move, Matt. Yeah, so we're climbing up further into the mountains. If you see on the sides of the road there, you might not think it's too mountainous here, but we are at altitude, and you can see we've now switched to yellow lines. Oh, there we go. Pete's just pointing out the sign for Mount Hotham. We've got yellow road markings, and if you look at the side of the road there, we've got orange markers. Now they're actually for the snow, so you see them against the backdrop of the white snow when that comes down. As I said, you can drive through here. I wouldn't come up on a bike in winter. In a four-wheel drive, you'd certainly need to pack snow chains just in case. As I did mention previously, we don't salt and grit the roads here, so it's every man for himself. So snow chains is the thing, is the go, as they say. So climbing up out of Omeo, I was surprised just how many bikers were at the cafe in the centre of town. Quite a lot of guys doing the sort of real adventure biking. They had the smaller dirt bikes, and you could see them heading off out into the bushland. Well, I'm glad I managed to swap over the battery and the SD card, because we got some great roads now. Just need to settle back into the flow of things. Yeah, it's fantastic. They just bring a smile to your face. You know, it's got to be said that motorcycling has some inherent hazards and dangers, but you know, when you do this sort of thing on roads like this, it really does justify it. You know, it's like anything in life. You know, if you do something that's a little bit dangerous, like scuba diving or rock climbing, you know, I guess it's that living on the edge type feeling, that something could go wrong. You know, wrap yourself up in cotton wool and not experience anything in life. That'd be pretty boring, wouldn't it? Wow, this is fantastic through here. Okay, slow vehicle turnout. Let's see if this guy actually does the right thing here. Great looking camper van, actually. Okay, mate, well done, that man. What a fantastic sweeping road here, nice curves. I think we might be stopping for a photo at the Scenic lookout. Yes, we are. Okay, so we'll pull up, turn the GoPro off for a second or two, and take a couple of photographs. So a brief stop at a Scenic lookout, back down into Omeo. That's what the view is, should I say. Took a couple of photographs, and we'll continue on. We're making really good time. Okay guys, making great time, so we might as well stop and look at all this, the Scenic lookouts, take some photographs. A little bit later today I'm going to put the 360 camera back on there and record a little bit from there. Nice Jeep, I love Jeeps. Yeah, I know, somebody has to. It's actually a shame that it is overcast, because it would be fantastic if it was sunny, but at least it's not raining. Raining would be, you know, we'd be going a lot slower. Not sure if you're picking that up on the camera or the camera microphone. It's quite windy here actually. Quite grateful or thankful that I stopped and put another extra base layer on. We're down to 12 degrees now, and I've turned up the heated grips because as you can see, I'm only wearing very light summer gloves, which I actually prefer. I'd rather have my hands a little bit cold than wear boxing glove type leather bike gloves. You do get a bit of bit of shelter from the wind with these hand guards down here, if you can see them, and you can actually get some clear extensions. So I might just do that. I might look for some of those. But my hands aren't too cold, I have to say. It's just nice. Actually, your hands warm up a bit better if you hold on to the grips instead of, you know, covering the two fingers on the front brake and covering the clutch with your left. I mean, you don't really need to use the clutch on this bike because it's got this gear shift pro, so you can just get your revs right and just select a gear without the clutch. But I'm a bit old school and I find that a little bit alien. I'm sure you'll agree, these are stunning roads through here. Really is worth making the trip. If you haven't done it before. And again, I would recommend not doing it on a public holiday, long weekend. It would be pretty frustrating to be stuck behind a caravan or a trailer. A little bit of dampness on the road there. So it looks like we're coming up to a twisty section. So should make for some good footage, hopefully. Yeah, the roads are definitely a little bit wetter here. Quite often it's not really rain, or it's rain that's sort of run off from the side of the hill there and come down onto the road. few drops of rain coming in now. You can actually see, I'm not sure if the GoPro's picking it up there, there's some quite ominous clouds up there, and they're really starting to open up now. God has turned on the sprinklers. As I mentioned yesterday, we're actually doing it soft tonight. We booked a couple of rooms in a hotel, so it doesn't really matter if we get there and we're wet through. We've got somewhere to dry our gear. So we're dropped down to 11 degrees now. I've gone for the highest setting on the heated grips, and the rain is starting to come down. But it did forecast a low of around 9 degrees today up in Mount Hotham on the top of the mountain, and a 75% chance of rain. So we always knew what we were up for. But someone said on one of my channels that rain and wet is just a state of mind. So we are now heading into the Hotham area. There is the Hotham airport on the right hand side, so it's like for light aircraft, I do believe, and helicopters. And down comes the rain. Oh, I'm having fun. I'm having fun. This is fun. Okay, guys, this is fun. We're still smiling. Now, as I mentioned yesterday, if you're thinking, wow, you guys are creeping along, it's only a bit of rain. What you've got to bear in mind is that we're surrounded by gum trees, which secrete, that's a good word, isn't it? They secrete eucalyptus oil, and you get that on the road. It's a bit like diesel on a roundabout, you know, so you've got to be really careful. So keep left of the poles. As I said earlier, those poles are markers for snow, and you can see just how tall they are, and the sign is saying keep left, because if you go to the right you're going to go over the edge. So you can see just how deep the snow does get up here, given the length of those poles. I'm assuming that the amber reflector is pretty much as high up as they come. Down to 8 degrees now. So B500 there, turning left to Dinner Plain. And we're going to stop for a short while. Probably dry out for a little bit. I might even put my winter gloves on. So I'll just keep rolling because it's quite a nice place here, and it's well worth showing you what Dinner Plain's all about. So big ski area here, kind of looks a bit sort of like the French Alps or Switzerland. Really nice actually. So most of these are sort of private places that you can actually rent. Thanks, mate. Wow, it's such a nice place through here. I've actually been over this way many times, but I've never turned into this area. So it is actually nice to have a little look around, a little shufty. So one of the comments that I got was that, you know, we need to show a bit of footage off the bike, and you know, not just me on the bike and riding down the road. Otherwise, I think the comment was, you're just like every other bloke riding down the road. So there you go, I'm going to leave that in. Hopefully you find it interesting. I've certainly never been in here before, and it's quite a cool little place. So there you go, short detour into Dinner Plain to look at the chalets. Quite interesting, I've never been in there before. Hooray, off we go. Wow, we've got quite a bit of fog now. I don't know if you can see that. We're really getting quite high up here. We're getting right up the mountain. So very foggy, although I do have my 2 sets of auxiliary lights. But we're just taking it nice and easy. Wow, it's very difficult to see. It's white. Everything's just completely white. And you imagine up here, if the snow was on the ground and you were four-wheel driving, and you get that fog as well, and you know, it's very difficult to see, and it's quite easy to understand how people get what they call snow blind. Wow, this is extremely foggy. I might just try opening the visor a touch. No, that's not even much better. Very difficult to see. Hopefully you're getting all this on camera. It just makes you realise, if you're watching from the UK and you know your impression of Australia is surfing and the beach, and you perhaps don't realise that we do have mountainous regions like this and weather like this. It's a bit of an education for you. I don't think I've ridden a bike at 7 degrees, certainly not in Australia. Perhaps, oh no, we're down to 6. I haven't ridden a bike in this sort of temperature since I was a kid. So you should actually be able to start to be able to make out in the fog at the sides there's sort of ski chalets, and we're into sort of a town area. I think this is the outskirts of Hotham, or one of the ski lift areas. A few bikes there taking shelter. Wise move, Peter, wise move. There we go, there's the famous bridge that you can normally see from quite a way. That's actually a snow bridge. And we were going to stop and take photographs of that, but obviously you can't see it until you nearly run into it. So we're just going to try and head into the centre of town and find somewhere where we can thaw out a little bit. Apologies for the wind noise, but I can't really see with the visor. Wow, it's so foggy. I can't really see if I put the visor down. So we'll just you just have to put up with it, I'm afraid. Simple as that. What the heck? I just cannot see where I'm going here. No. Wow, these conditions are just unbelievable. Put your lights on. Now I just cannot see a damn thing here. I absolutely cannot see anything. I'm literally doing 40 kilometers an hour, and even that is feeling like too fast. The bike feels like it's going to stall. Wow. Are we having fun yet? Hi caramba, this is out of control. I can't see a damn thing. Get me out of here. Now I'm dropping the F-bomb because I am just so cold and I can't see a damn thing. We're down to 5 degrees and 0 bloody visibility. And it's 11:30, almost lunchtime. It'd be nice to drop out of this fog, I have to say. just cannot see a bloody thing. Wow, I've never ridden in conditions like this, I don't think, ever. And the problem is, we can't stop for any length of time because you don't know how long. What are you doing, Peter? Oh man, that is unbelievable. Oh, that is just, you just cannot see. I'm going to get my winter gloves because these wet through.